Girl-on-girl violence. What have we become? Snowfall closes off some roads as temperatures plummet in parts of the country. A wall collapses at a construction site in Johannesburg, trapping several workers. And the Comrades runner who went missing for 15 hours has been found. But what happened to her? Hello, I'm Jane Dutton.
EWN, in touch, in tune, and independent.
As temperatures drop across the country, several provinces have activated disaster management teams to deal with any weather-related incidents. The South African Weather Service has issued an orange alert level 6 for disruptive snowfall expected over the high-lying areas of the Eastern Cape. The Lützburg Pass on the N9 is covered in snow.
Once you get to the coastal areas into the adjacent interior of the Eastern Cape, we're expecting disruptive rain that might result in localized flooding into the central interior, where in the Eastern Cape we can expect some localized flooding to some disruptive rain.
After heavy rains last night, more showers are expected in Gauteng, and KwaZulu-Natal residents have been urged to be careful of level 4 damaging winds and severe thunderstorms expected in the province this week. Residents have also been warned to avoid coastal and beach activities for the set period. The presiding judge in the Senzo Meyiwa trial has opened proceedings today with an apology for race-based remarks he recently made. Last week, Rata Mokwatleng drew widespread outrage after he rebuked one of the lawyers in the trial for asking for leave as he'll be running the Comrades marathon. The judge then extended his comments to black lawyers, and South Africa being run by black people. Lawyers in Parliament's Justice Committee called for him to withdraw his comments and issue a public apology.
I admit that my comments could be interpreted as intemperate, ill-advised, ill-considered, and offensive. And if that is the perception of the accused and their representatives and persons outside, even the public and the BLA, then I want to state that I unreservedly, without any conditions, withdraw the comments which I made in that Wednesday afternoon because of the events that played out here. And also, if I caused any offense to any person or organization, I also unreservedly apologize.
Judge Rata Mokwatleng started proceedings in the Pretoria High Court today with an apology following his comments that drew widespread outrage on black lawyers and black people running South Africa. These comments were prompted by a request by one of the lawyers in the trial representing Mthobisi Mncube, advocate Charles Mnisi, who'd asked for leave in order for him to participate in the Comrades marathon. Mnisi's absence caused a delay in the matter as the court could not proceed with the state's application to recall 2 of its witnesses without him in court. The state wants evidence on 16 new pictures of accused number 3, Mthobisi Mncube, accused number 2, Bongani Ndanzi, and accused number 1, Muzisbiya. Mnisi, who represents accused number 1 and 3, as well as the lawyer for accused number 2, Bongani Ndanzi, will give an indication tomorrow whether they will be opposing the application by the state. Eyewitness News at the Pretoria High Court.
3 people have been rescued at a construction site in Houghton, Johannesburg, after a wall collapsed at a residential area in the suburb on Monday afternoon. According to emergency services, everyone who was working on the site when the wall collapsed is safe. It's understood that the people who've been rescued have been rushed to a nearby hospital for medical observation. It remains unclear what caused the incident. The Cape Town Comrades marathon runner who went missing after the race has been found. Moira Harding was found 7 kilometers from the race finish point at People's Park. She was missing for more than 15 hours. Roads were closed to airlift the runner to hospital. Harding's sister Fiona shares an emotional update on the runner's condition.
They found her this morning, and she was unconscious. But they've airlifted her to Shamshwanga Hospital, and they say her vitals are good. And we're just waiting. We're just waiting at the hospital. We haven't been able to see her yet.
More than 24,000 road runners are believed to have participated in the annual event yesterday, including 3,000 international athletes. Tete Dijana bagged his 3rd medal in the men's category, while Gerda Steyn bagged her 4th gold as a women's champion in the 89-kilometre down run in KZN. 3 passengers on board a light aircraft that went missing in KwaZulu-Natal at the weekend have died. The aircraft, which left Virginia Airport in Durban on Sunday afternoon, was last tracked flying over Ladysmith before a multidisciplinary search was initiated.
The Aeronautical Rescue Center indicated that the SA Aviation Authority will now be taking over in terms of investigating what could have been the cause of the disappearance of the light aircraft. At this stage, as the Department of Transport in KwaZulu-Natal, we want to focus on the families and allow the relevant authorities to take over the investigation.
Sabir says they're communicating with the family of one of the victims as they try to locate other victims' families.
The MEC has also pointed out that the office is in touch with the family of the late student pilot, Kopsile Biela, the mother, Mrs. Zama Biela, who is so devastated following the loss of such a very talented young lady who had a brighter future in the aviation industry.
The Ekurhuleni police have opened a case of culpable homicide after a 12-year-old boy allegedly killed a teenager while driving his parents' car. The incident unfolded just a few hundred meters from the child's home in Brakpan. Preliminary reports suggest the young driver ran a stop sign before slamming into 14-year-old Malcolm Boysons, killing him on impact.
The road has been cleared, but scattered debris, police tape and a twisted street sign tell the story. The fatal joyride, barely 800 meters long, now sits at the center of a culpable homicide case against a boy barely out of primary school. He's expected to appear in court today to explain how he got behind the wheel. The city of Ekurhuleni has condemned the incident, urging parents to keep vehicles out of children's reach. Spokesperson Zweli Dlamini.
Right now we sit with this very unfortunate incident because somewhere a mistake happened. How a 12-year-old will actually get behind the wheel of a vehicle.
For now, it's unclear what legal consequences, if any, the child will face. Mungi Zikoko, Eyewitness News, Brakpan, east of Johannesburg.
A father of 3 minor children has been sentenced to 195 years behind bars after being found guilty of digital trafficking in persons and the rape of his children. The 27-year-old man was sentenced in the Paarl Regional Court this morning to serve 195 years behind bars, but because these sentences will run concurrently, the accused will spend an effective 35 years in jail. The accused cannot be named due to the nature of the crimes against his minor children, 2 girls aged 6 and 4 years old, and his 1-year-old son.
The National Prosecuting Authority says the 27-year-old man was arrested in May 2023 after the Federal Bureau of Investigation sent information about the accused's activities to the SAPS. Following his arrest, the accused confessed to making pornographic content of his biological children, which he shared online in exchange for monetary reward. The court convicted the 27-year-old father on 4 counts of rape of 2 minor children and 629 counts of possession of child pornography, among other charges. His name will also be entered into the National Register for Sexual Offenders. Carlo Peterson, Eyewitness News.
Israel has intercepted a Gaza-bound aid boat, preventing the activists on board, including Swedish campaigner Greta Thunberg, from reaching the blockaded Palestinian territory. The Madeleine departed from Italy on June the 1st, aiming to bring awareness to food shortages in Gaza, which the United Nations has called the, quote, hungriest place on earth. After 21 months of war, the UN has warned the territory's entire population is at risk of famine. And to LA, where clashes are turning increasingly violent, hundreds of National Guards have arrived in the city. China's consulate in Los Angeles told its citizens there to strengthen personal security. Security forces faced off with protesters in the city on Sunday as unruly protests over federal immigration raids continued for a 3rd day. US President Donald Trump, who's made clamping down on illegal migration a key plank of his 2nd term, vowed the troops would ensure, quote, very strong law and order. That's it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you for more again tomorrow.
EWN, in touch, in tune, and independent.